big summer party will commence. We already have a couple of people over right now. Wentworth just had his last soccer game of the season. So we also are a little crazy and out of our minds, and we decided to like have a soccer party for his teammates or anyone else, and it's like a smaller league, and we just sent out a mass invitation. We're not expecting a ton of people. It's actually been raining all morning. I have an hour to set up before the last game of like the whole league finishes, if that makes any sense. So I'm keeping that one low key. The big party prep will be for the summer party tonight. So I'm doing a popcorn bar, doing an ice cream / treat bar. I'm gonna get the icy machine or shaved ice ready, which I got a new one. I'm really excited to show you because it's like superior. Also cotton candy machine and a taco bar. We've got a lot going on, a lot to prep for, and I'm excited about all of it. I don't even know where to start because like mentally I'm trying to figure out what's most important. Priority number one is probably just to get like the soccer stuff out, and then I'll start prepping on the other stuff. So let me show you what I got for the soccer boys. Ooh, la 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 la. We've got some trophies here. I got these, they're all just very generic. For Eleanor's cheerleading, we got personalized and engraved. These are just the little ones. I thought, you know, just something small. It does not have their name. And now that I'm looking, it doesn't even have the year. I think we decided against that. Save them for upcoming parties, just in case. I don't know how many people are coming. Okay, I have to get this kitchen in order. Oh my gosh, and the water balloons, I think we have a little bin to put them in. Those will be for later. If I blow them up too fast, then all the soccer kids will get into them, and that is not the goal. I do not have enough for both parties. But I got a couple of new things around here for the ice machine, so I'll show you. I have to set up the cotton candy machine, and instead of, actually, I did get some more like powder for the cotton candy machine, and I actually had to get more syrup because we've just been going through, even though summer I feel like just began, we've been going through so many of these. But something I did get from Amazon are these toppers, and they have been such a lifesaver because instead of it like just glopping out, because the kids can waste a lot of this, it's just a nicer pour with these pour spouts, and it was a really quick interchangeable thing. I still have the box, and I see someone put this away without cleaning it. That's pretty on brand, but here's the box of them. They look like this. Amazing. So you can see the ones I haven't put them on yet because we're still trying to go through some flavors, but we are running low on like the cotton candy machine supplies, so I did get some more. And this was like the mega box with all the flavors. I've got pina colada and green apple, orange, blue raspberry. I feel like that's gonna be a hit. We've got bubblegum, grape, ooh, lime. I have a feeling that's gonna be leftover. Cherry and watermelon. And then it also came with these, which are great, but you can't reuse them, you can't eat them, it's just garbage. That's why I always prefer the pretzel rods. Biodegradable and all that good stuff. But for the ices, okay, so I recently went to a summer party for one of my older kids, and they had this ice machine I'm about to show you, and I was like, what the heck? Tell me more about this, because I feel like whenever we make icy, it takes forever. It's like a whole line of people waiting, which isn't like a horrible thing. It gives them something to do, right? But I was like, this is like what we need, you know? We use it all year long. It's Florida, it doesn't really get cold, and even when it is, the kids are still wanting a good icy. She told me where she got that. She had actually borrowed it from a friend, but I was like, you know what? I feel like I am over the point of borrowing. We just need to have one of our own. I found it on Amazon, and with them, she had these really nice straws and spoons. Let me show you this compared to the other ones that we have. I'm not even sure we have anymore. We got like the snow cone cups in here. Okay, hold on. Here it is, you guys. Here, let's compare and contrast. You see the little scoop on here? Horrible. Absolutely tragic. Who's scooping anything with this? Nobody. But this heavy duty one, I was like, yeah, I think I need to grab some of those. So these came in a bag, multicolor, excited for this purchase. And this, I'm gonna show you this heavy duty guy in action. You shove the ice in here and it just cranks down, and when I tell you the perfection that comes out of this, and you can store some, which is really nice. So you know what, best purchase all summer. It was a pretty penny. And then of course I have more stuff in here for everything to set up for the summer party and beyond. You guys, like, are these not the cutest little lollipops you've ever seen? And believe it or not, the teenagers are still into that cutesy kind of stuff, which I'm not making a ton of cutesy things. I did make one, or I made like half of one. I feel like that's always the first thing to go. It's just like, oh my gosh, look how cute, especially the girls. Anyway, I ordered these. I'm gonna make a s'mores cart or board, whatever the heck. I ordered these because someone had linked everything and I was like, my arm is not fitting in this, okay? This is not the size that she used on her s'mores board, guaranteed. So I actually, last night, had to run to Home Goods to grab some of these. Like, this was the size I thought I was ordering off of Amazon. 'Twas not. So I have a couple of returns. And then I have a couple of things in here. I was gonna do a summer haul, but I'm using most of the items, so you'll see them in action. And then this, of course, is all of Wentworth's upcoming bedroom redo. And then I've got some stuff from IKEA. I don't think any of that's for the summer party, but like this, I got a lot of stuff from Hobby Lobby and Amazon and just random places. Okay, you know what's crazy? Is that I thought we had a little cooler to put all of the ice. I was just gonna stick it in the sink for the icy machine, but I can't find it anywhere and I almost got one. I'm teetering on the edge of buying one for just to have for summertime to bring. It's not a cooler, it's like a thing you put water in, but it's huge, like a huge water jug. They're expensive, and I was like, maybe I can find one at the thrift store. I don't know, but I didn't buy one, but it would have been very helpful right now.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I just bought one. I just ordered one. It'll be in tomorrow. Thank you, Amazon. Not that I need it tomorrow. I actually needed it the day of this party. And also, you know, several days beforehand when we went to the beach, and that's when I first sparked it and I added it to my cart, and then I was like, no, I'll be fine, whatever. Anyway, I just added it because even, I can think of so many uses, even just going to the soccer games on the weekends, just going to the park or whatever. The thing is, when there's so many of us that I'm either going to pack 8 separate water bottles or just pack a few cups and then have this huge water jug, right? So I think it's going to be a lot better this way. And I don't know, I can just find so many uses for it and so many pros, and watch I buy it and I like never use it. I don't know. That might happen, but I don't think it will. I think it'll be very useful to have something like that. So we used to have one, and the ironic part is I never used it. And we decluttered it a few years ago after having it for so many years. I mean, I would bring it to the beach, but I was like, you know what? I don't use it enough to justify it taking up space, and then here I am. See, this is why I can do a whole video on like, don't declutter your things, okay? Think twice before decluttering is all I'm going to say. I know there are plenty of videos out there like declutter your whole life, become a minimalist. I fell into the trap. Not that I'm a minimalist, but boy, did I go on a journey to do something. And the amount of times every single day I think of items that I've gotten rid of, of like, oh, I haven't used this, but like I sure could use it. Or even just this one party alone, I got rid of, I think I must have, I thought I had some more skewers. Turns out I don't, or I put them in a very special spot and I cannot find them anywhere because, and you know, it's not unlike me to do something like this where I'll put something in a special spot. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely going to remember that I put it here because this is my special spot. And then I look around the house for it for 2 hours, and that's not an exaggeration. I'm like, am I going crazy? Am I actually needing to check into a mental institution? Because I could have sworn on my life that I bought this one item that I can't find. Some more skewers is that one item. So I end up going to the store looking for them. No, party stores don't exist anymore. So, well, you know what? I feel like Hobby Lobby is really taking that over. And I've actually heard that Michael's does balloons. Can they handle it? Can they handle the pressure of like Party City going under? I don't think they can. I don't think they can handle it. We're not that I do balloons, clearly. I'm not a DIY balloon archer. I'm not a order balloons for fun. I don't know. It's like, what am I paying money for? Dollar Tree, I guess. That's one thing I can handle. If it's like $1 a balloon or something, I don't even know how much they charge. But anyway, there's the ice snow cone machine and the cotton candy machine, which, by the way, oh my gosh, do I have a story and a half about the cotton candy machine. It lit fire. Short story long, it lit on fire. I just don't think that little, and that's the second one we've had, maybe even the third. I don't think it can handle the amount of like pressure we're putting on it during a party. I don't think it has it in it. It tried really hard, and then at one point it just started flaming up. And I was like, okay, well, I think it's done for. But anyway, this is what I was talking about, the soccer party, the first party, the pre-party, if you want to call it that. I was keeping it nice and simple. Literally, I was checking out at Publix and she was like, I like this, a simple gal, a simple party. And I was like, if you only knew the real story, okay? But she was like, a little bit of fruit, a little bit of cookies, and whatever else I had, chips. And I was like, heck yeah, I'm keeping it simple. That's me. That's actually my middle name. Simple Kim. Kimberly Simpleton. That's actually what they called me in school. Anyway, so I cut up the watermelon. I wanted to show you the way that I cut it up. My friend taught me this, last summer? And I've been doing it ever since. Because it's changed my life. Not to be dramatic or anything, but I can't believe no one has ever shown me this trick before. So hopefully you took notes and I showed you something special. Here's the cotton candy when it was still working. Also some food we set out for the soccer party. And while that was going on, I went inside.
A sweet ending to a new beginning. It's actually perfect. I love this. I saw it on Pinterest and I was like, yeah, that's perfect for a treat bar. But a treat bar then morphed into an ice cream bar because why not? Sounds like the perfect idea to evolve, because what are you gonna do with a bunch of like random treats everywhere? Put them on top of ice cream, obviously. And yesterday we were at the grocery store and Avelina was like, we need ice cream. And I was like, you know what? We do. And it was on sale. So it was like the perfect combination. I think I need scissors to open these, but I got these from Hobby Lobby. They are chalk pencils. Never saw those before, but I thought it'd be perfect to write on this little sign. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I have a permanent marker to make the s'mores sign. It's all about the little details. Minimal effort though, maximum results.
I think it's a law that you have to jam out when that song comes on the radio. Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyway, anyone hate their handwriting? Hands up. That's certainly me. I wrote it and I was like, what is this? It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I didn't know what the heck I was gonna do. I had to like pretend I had decent handwriting, which I don't. And it still ended up looking like garbage, but it's like, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? So I just dealt with it. I rolled with it. It's not even that big of a deal. I tried not to stress out about it because it's a minute detail that no one cares about anyway. It's just listen, I guess I did stress out about it because the lines aren't even. I was like, this is literally so bad. It's the worst thing. If I went to a party that had a sign like this, I'd point and laugh. I mean, I wouldn't, but like for my sign, I was like, what the heck? Come on, we can do better. So I tried to jazz it up, layer it with a different color, put some dots on it. That always seems to hide some imperfections. Listen, no amount of dotting was going to help whatever the heck I put in the sign. But I was putting together an ice cream bar and I thought a perfect little sign would say something like a sweet ending to a new beginning. Oh, and I didn't even show you. I ended up buying an easel. I saw it at Home Goods just randomly one day. I was like, you know what? That'd be pretty cool. And I bought an easel. Yeah, it's like a metal little thing. And then I had this really large photo frame left over from when I did the art gallery wall in the like hallway with all my kids' artwork. I had a really large frame. And I was like, you know what would be cool if I printed out a picture of all the kids, like a group photo. And you know what was even better than that? Is like, okay, I printed it out. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm choking on, okay? I have the headphones around my neck, and I just don't think my body can comprehend that. Anyway, so I printed out at Walgreens, and the picture I got from our kids' school's Instagram, it was of their field trip all together. So it was all the kids, you know, because I didn't want to not include people. And the pictures that we had was like, okay, most people are in this photo, but a couple are missing. And I was like, no, you know, and then in some photos, some people were doing some inappropriate thing. And I was like, you know what? I just want a nice photo. So what's really ironic about that is the fact that the school actually the next day after I printed it sent out the picture like of their graduation photo. And I was like, oh my gosh, one day, but I have to like buy it off the website. So there's no way I would have been able to have it. Had like watermarks on it. You know what I mean? So anyway, it was really nice to see that one. Everyone looks so beautiful. But what's even funnier about that is when I showed Avelina the picture of everyone, because anyway, we were talking about the one on the easel that I printed out that I'll finish that story in a second once I finish this one. But she said, we didn't take a picture outside because the picture's outside. She's like, oh, we were in whatever, she named the building. And I was like, are you joking? She's like, yeah, where in the school do we have a third row outside, like a third dog? Because they had 3 rows of people. She's like, what are they standing up? What are these people saying? It was photoshopped. I was like, oh my gosh, they did an amazing job because I could not tell. And they have a picture of every class the past, I don't know, 20, 40 years, I don't even know, in the middle school, and they all look exactly the same. I'm like, this is so funny. So I wonder if one year they stopped doing it and, oh, hold on one second. Someone's here. Anyway, so at one point they must have done something. So now it's photoshopped. I couldn't get that one on the easel, but I did get one off of their Instagram. And so almost every single person, parent, student, where'd you get that picture? Where's that picture from? Well, I mean, they knew where it was from. They remembered taking, it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, their final, field trip together after they graduated. They did something special. And I was like, where did I get it from? And it's just such a special thing. And it made the party that much more personal. And I can use that easel for so many things. Whatever, if I'm hosting a birthday party, put a picture of the birthday party kid. If I'm hosting any kind of party, like put a picture, or even just like write on it, So I thought it was a really cool find at the Home Goods, and I'm happy that I found it. I actually wasn't sure, like I wasn't seeking it. I mean, in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, that'd be fun to have because I've been seeing it, on Pinterest and stuff, but anyway, this party is Pinterest perfection because you know what else I saw on Pinterest? A lot of other things. This s'mores board is what I'm putting together, and it is actually amazing, and it was very visually interesting and one of my favorite things to put together. However, it was raining almost all day long, so all of the wood was obviously wet. So we never ended up doing like the bonfire, and the way that we had the bounce house thing set up, it was kind of blocking everything, so I didn't want to like light it and then not be able to do it and have some kids down there and up here, like we couldn't just supervise every area, because it was blocked off in a certain way. So anyway, I just thought it would be better. And Alex a couple years ago found a what's it called, like a projector screen, like with a stand. So my thought was like, oh, let's have a fire and roast marshmallows and we'll put, a movie or something on the projector screen. But that didn't happen. That's okay though, because we have all summer long to do something cool. But then also it's like, do we want to do a bonfire in the summer? First of all, it's so hot. Second of all, mosquitoes. The fire might do a good job of keeping those away. We'll see. We'll see is all I'm going to say because, man, it's so hot. Did I tell you it's been a day since I recorded that last part? I don't know if you realize the break, it's early in the morning, you might hear a difference in my voice. But the skewers, I don't know if I told you the story, but I ended up ordering more skewers and they were able to show up at my door the next day, which is amazing. But then I was like, we didn't even end up doing the fire because it rained all day. So anyway, I also found this one tray. I had my heart set on a tray that I saw on Pinterest and I fell in love with it. And I was like, what? I image searched it. I tried to find this tray anywhere on the interwebs and I simply could not. Okay. I couldn't find it on Amazon, on any website ever. Like this tray didn't exist. It was like a homemade version. I even tried to find separate trays, but different sizes to maybe like, I don't know, make my own like piecemeal one together, couldn't do that. So I ended up finding this one and it was similar, but it was only 2 tiers and it ended up working out just fine because come to find out, I didn't buy enough fruit for it. You'll see in a minute how I set it up, but here's the s'mores tray and I stinking love it. The amount of mental energy I put into this does not equal like anything else. I was like, it has to look like this in my head, I was like, I have to find this tray and this stand to put it on and these exact jars and anyway, it looks awesome and it's something that I will have for the future, which I'm very happy about because who doesn't love a good s'mores board? And typically I just put it on a tray and like call it a day. But this is so much more aesthetically pleasing, and that's what it's all about. Am I right? Hey, speaking of aesthetics and getting the perfect little treat for the summer party, these lollipops were not it. Like, let me tell you, the little kids, like Eleanor had some of her friends over, just a couple. And then there were 35 kids in total. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that's how many showed up for Avelina's party. And then we let Eleanor have a couple. And so it was really nice. And teenagers were running around everywhere, but it was awesome. They played Manhunt in the front yard, and Alex and I just had our headlamps on, like walking up and down the pathway. You know, you got to supervise the teenagers. And so it was just a good time. But the lollipops, I will say, not as big of a hit. Maybe if they were unwrapped. I don't even know. I don't know if they didn't see them, if they just didn't want to have a I will say something about teenagers. They like graze, okay? They didn't like all come together at the same time to eat and then sit down. Like they just, they're so busy yapping away, which is awesome. Like they're busy running around, having fun, doing XYZ. I will also mention, which I don't know if I don't think I already said, but Avelina bought a bunch of silly string. They had so much fun with that. She bought like these glow stick. Well, not only like the typical little glow sticks, threw them up in the air everywhere, in the water and everything. And she also got glow paint, which they painted themselves. They had black lights, like it was the whole thing, like neon party-esque. And she also got these like foam glow rods. Like those were so fun and so cool. I didn't really get a clip of them. I may have gotten like a clip of her putting them out, but the kids had so much fun with all of that stuff too, that they simply just were not as interested in eating. We had pizza, we had the taco bar, which I feel like was a little bit of a waste. I mean, I chowed down, okay? Whatever that was, popcorn bar, that was the popcorn bar I was setting up. Oh, here are the things that Avelina got. I don't think the foam sticks were here. The neon paint was a hit and a half. She was like, oh, I wish I would have got double that. And then I guess I didn't show you the glow stick rods. But the popcorn bar upstairs, turns out it was a hit. They were meowing down on that all night. Like they were up and down, in and out, whatever. And I was like, I just want to have something up here for them. That's where they watched the vlog that they put together, which I thought was just so sweet. And everyone crammed into that little room, and it was probably 90 degrees once everyone congregated in there, so it was just, what my favorite part of the night was? Watching them like run around and have fun and just like exist. I don't know that it's not obviously setting up and cleaning up. Oh my gosh, the cleanup. Glitter on the floor after the party. That's the song that kept going through my mind. I was like, oh, the stinking cleanup. Because obviously I woke up well before them because I had smaller kids. And so I just started cleaning up. Alex did the dishes the night before, and I was like, it's a whole day of cleanup for real. But that's just part of hosting, Anyway, Avelina wrangled me into just putting sodas in these. I said, I have to at least do one lemonade. She wanted like Dr. Pepper in one. And I was like, I don't know if Dad would be up for that. So I did lemonade, and then Shirley Temple-ish. I didn't put cherries, but we had the Grenadine, Geraldine in there. Grenadine, whatever it's called. And then we found Baja Blast at the store. You guys, the soda was buy two, get three free. There's a rabbit. And I was like, oh my gosh, how? Like, what kind of promotion are, and I even asked, is this right? Is this tag right? I asked an employee, and she said, yeah, they must be ready to roll out a new flavor. They're like getting the hype up or something. And I was like, well, first of all, that doesn't make any sense, but okay, I'll take advantage, because I don't buy soda that much, and I've never seen a sale like that. Is that common? I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was like a misprint. I was like, surely this can't be right. Buy two, get three free? Have you ever heard of that deal before? So I put the Jell-O the day before in these like little 4-ounce bowls. I don't know what they're like, condiment containers, if you will. That's how I bought them, condiment containers. I think they came with lids. I obviously didn't use the lids. I used them for Jell-O. It's just straight Jell-O. Don't think there's anything rowdy going on at this party. We are an alcohol-free house, and it is pure Jell-O. I did do sugar Jell-O, okay? It's not sugar-free, so I bumped it up for them. But to make it summer-esque, I put a little Teddy Graham into a lifesaver, made it look like he was floating in the water. And then the other ones, I put a Teddy Graham on top of like a little rainbow belt. I think that's what they're called. Put a little umbrella in there. And this is as many umbrellas as I did. And I was like, that is plenty for me. I'm tapping out. And then the little kids happened to be in the kitchen. They were doing some craft, like something to do with seashells. I don't know. I love that they are like all about the crafts and doing all the crafty things. So they were like melting wax or whatever. And while they were waiting, because there was a few of them, they were like, hey, can I do these umbrellas? And I was like, heck yeah. So they finished the umbrellas. And I was so happy about that because I was over it. I was like, I don't know, this hurts my little fingers to like put the little umbrellas up. And then really simple, threw some cookies on a tray. This was probably the first thing to go. All the cookies, all the treats, double up on that in case you were wondering. That's what the teenagers really like. The chips, I don't know, didn't go as much, probably halfway, so they really like that sugar, is all I'm going to say, okay? They can munch on the chips, but how many chips can you really eat? I guess maybe I should have put bowls out or something. If they were, I don't know, 009, 007, what is that, MacGyver, they would have just used a cup, right? I don't know my movie references. It's way too early in the morning. What was I just showing you? I forgot now. I literally just saw it. But maybe the table? I don't know, whatever else I had put on the table right there. And I had to show you the finished result of all of the umbrellas. I didn't even go ahead and take it a step further and put this on like a cutesy tray. Literally walked out there with my sheet pan and I said, bon appetit, okay? Because I was over it. I was like, you know what, these people, they don't even care, okay? But I do more cutesy things coming up. Speaking of the taco bar that I put together, I was grinding up the meat. And, I got some cutesy little things from Hobby Lobby, these cute little tabletop decor pineapples. Not worth it, honestly. I don't know. It was only $1 for each one. I only got 2. And it was okay. But I got birria beef meat from, like, Taco Birria. Barbacoa? No. What's correct? Which one is correct? I got it from Trader Joe's, saved myself on convenience there, threw it in the crock pot. I got this 3-thing crock pot, and honestly, I don't know why it's taken me this long to buy one of these. I've wanted one for literal years. I've just been hodgepodging all my crock pots together, but I finally bit the bullet and got one of these fancy little party crocks, and no regrets. I feel like I'm going to use that thing a lot. Think of the possibilities. You can put meatballs in there. You can put little weenies in there, little mini sausages. Those things are so good, but so expensive. That's why I hardly ever do them. But now that I've got my crock pot, I'm going to look out for some deals. I feel like Costco sometimes has them during the holidays. Anyway, I feel like the possibilities are endless with that, and I'm really excited about it. For the rest of the taco bar, I got these bowls from Hobby Lobby. They are similar to the chip bowls, just smaller. And I put some cheese, salsa, guacamole, sour cream, and lettuce. I figured, what more toppings do you need for tacos? Just keep it nice and simple. It's really no big deal. I didn't make any of these things. At first, I was like, maybe I'll make some pico. And then I was like, you know what, Kim, just buy some salsa. Buy some. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. And this salsa tasted really good, actually. It wasn't Jack's Organic from Costco, but it was delicious, and we still have some, and I need to eat it, actually. My favorite salsa is salsa verde. I got from Trader Joe's. Oh my gosh, I could cry. It's so good. Okay, I also grabbed this from Hobby Lobby. You guys, can I talk to you about Hobby Lobby for just a second? Just a second. I walked into that place for the first time in a really long time. Alex and I were on a date night, and the restaurant was nearby, and I was like, let me hop into Hobby Lobby real quick. We had a little bit of time. And by the way, they were closing, like literally as soon as we walked in, the intercom went off, closing in 15 minutes. And I was like, oh my gosh, what? I have 15 minutes to roam around. This is amazing. So I walked around, and I can't express to you the joy I felt in that place. And I couldn't put my finger on it or understand why. And I didn't even really buy anything. I was just walking around that day. And I was like, I love this place. Why do I love this place so much? So anyway, I went back there and got, the party supplies and just fun things for the party. But I also got this tortilla warmer. And I was like, this is absolute perfection for my taco bar. And then to round off the tablescape, I was like, oh, I definitely didn't buy enough grapes and slash fruit for it. And I thought, oh, well, I could cut up some fruit, watermelon. And then I was like, it's going to be all juicy everywhere. And I don't know if the kids are going to eat it right away. It'll just get warm. So I threw some strawberries, grapes on top. The bottom, I needed to fill up. Okay, sorry about the scraping noise. It's just wild chaos over here. So obviously, I had some more cookies to fill it up with, because what else am I gonna put down there? I got some macaroons from Trader Joe's. Macaroons, however you, rose by any other name, you guys. They're delicious. Literally brought the tray out, and I heard some kids, they were like, ooh, I want to get a macaroon. I was like, heck yeah. I had 2 boxes. I couldn't find the second box. I don't know if my kids already devoured it. Some black and white cookies, supreme, best cookies on planet Earth. And then just some leftover cookies. The kids don't care. Sugar. Any type of sugar, which leads me to the treat bar over here. They were gobbling this up, and I did have a moment in the party because, I was just hanging back, just watching everyone, supervising. And both Alex and I were, just different areas, sometimes. And once I set up the ice cream bar and just kind of hung back, just watching them get the ice, I was like, this is so lovely. I love this so much. And I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it, just watching them have a good time. And so for the ice cream bar, which I've put together plenty of ice cream bars in the past, and I actually got this really cool thing from Hobby Lobby. It's like you get a thing, it's like a tray, but then there's ice underneath, but I didn't end up using that. I thought, because it's like too small. It would have been for the toppings, and I just thought it was unnecessary. So for the toppings, I got some waffle cones, broke those up. I got some mini chocolate chips from Trader Joe's. I had mini like chocolate wafers also from Trader Joe's. I got sprinkles. I got the M&Ms, but they were like, they were left over. I was like, did no one want the M&Ms? They were like, yeah, they looked like they were from Aldi. I was like, yeah, they're from Trader Joe's, but they're like without any chemicals or dyes. You know what I mean? Like it's more natural. So no one ate them. And I was like, you freaking kids. The lobsters, the mini Reese's, and then the Sprinkle mix. A hit and a half, you guys. A sweet ending to a new beginning. No one cared about this line except for me, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, the cups I got from Amazon. I always have those in my pantry. We use them for Brownie Friday. We use them whenever we do ice cream, and it's just a nice little thing to always have. Maybe I should get some reusable ones, but sometimes when you have a bunch of kids and cousins over, it's just really nice to not have to deal with it. By the way, that is black light tape. And I didn't know that. It was so cute. And then I did some water balloons for them. Here's the popcorn bar going with the popcorn machine, of course. We've had this thing for this thing gets used so much in the house. I'm really happy that I bought it, because when I initially bought it, I think it was 3 years ago, maybe more. I don't know if it was our first year in this house or second, but I bought it and thinking, I don't know how much this thing is going to get used. We use it at least once a week, family movie night. But if not more than that, if the kids have friends over, they're like, hey, can we make popcorn? Absolutely. Go ahead. Have a ball. So we are always having things in stock for popcorn, but I usually keep it pretty simple, like kernels and then the seasoning. Oh, this is the ice machine finally in action. You can see it happening. This is like later in the night. We were trying to tidy up out here while a lot of the kids were leaving. And I was like, I don't think I've shown what it looks like. So very cool. Some shaped ice, some, what is it called? Snow cone, if you will. It's just really easy. You can pack it full of, that is so much. When I explain to you, that compared to our other ice machines, it doesn't hold a candle. So I'm getting rid of all the rest. I might keep one little one just in case. You never know. But this, I just love it, man. It brought me so much happiness and joy when I saw it at our friend's house. And I was like, I need details on this. So I know that thing. And I'm actually thinking about getting an industrial cotton candy machine, since we've been through 2 or 3. I want to say 3 at this point, because they just keep burning up, because we, I guess, use them for an extended period of time. And you guys, we even clean them in between using. So I don't know if it has something to do with that, but yeah, I'm going to look into that too for maybe, I mean, we don't have a party coming up in the near future. This was like the big hoorah, this was it. in my world, and then watch like 4th of July. We'll have another party. Oh, it's likely to happen, or Father's Day or something like that. So maybe both, but you know, I don't think it'll be as big as this. This was a lot of people. But anyway, we had probably about 10 to 12 girls spend the night. And I just wanted to put together a little carb board for them, a little treat board. So I took the kids in the morning, ran to Publix before all the big kids were awake. And I just raided their bakery section. It's my favorite thing to do. You guys know Publix is my first love. Publix is so amazing. I think and love Publix more than any other grocery store. The bakery section is unmatched. Everything is so delicious. So I literally just got a bunch of stuff. Cinnamon rolls, mini donuts, normal donuts, Bavarian cream, or whatever the heck those are called. I got some banana bread, chocolate chip muffins, and croissants. Put out the Nutella alongside. Don't worry, I did have some healthier options too. We had some leftover fruit. We had some yogurt. And a lot of the kids, the ones that left early, I was like, hey, grab a muffin, grab something, please. It's huge, you know. So they ran inside and grabbed whatever the heck. But anyway, that is it. That was the whole party. And I'm so happy with the way that it turned out and how everyone had a good time. So I hope this gave you some inspiration for summertime if you're wanting to do even if you just do the ice cream bar. You know what I mean? Your kids are going to love it and they're going to have so much fun. So thank you for hanging out and being a friend and being here for all of it. And I will see you next time. If you want to subscribe, put a little happy in your day. I'll see you next time. That was for me. Sour cream.